Okay, guys, we're checking the warm-up. So if you're listening to the video, pause it, do your warm-up, and then turn it back on to check. Okay, on number 1, guys, do you know that I still, after 7 weeks, have people that'll say this slope is positive? They'll get a positive slope. It's negative. Before I ever start, I know I got to have a negative in there somewhere. That's going to go over -4, up 5. So what's your slope? 5 over -4. Or you could put -5/4, either one. Remember, the negative's got to be on one of the numbers or out front. Okay, number 2. I'm going to pick that point and that point. And this is right the equation. I'm sorry. So y equals -5/4 minus 1. Okay, on number 2. It's positive, isn't it? So if you have a negative slope right now, it's going to be wrong. That's going to go over 3 up 8. So the slope is 8 over 3. Can you reduce that? 8/3? No. So y equals 8/3 x. Isn't it plus 4? Yeah, count again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. No, not number 2. Okay. Number 3, I forgot to tell y'all. I remembered first and second. On number 3, you can't really see the y-intercept, can you? Exactly, no. So, yeah. So, let's just do the slope. Is that point and that one? You're going to go over how many? 3 and up 4. So, 4/3. And, okay, well, it's -2 and a third or something. So, just don't worry about it. Okay, number 4. What's the slope? Undefined. Yay! Undefined. I want to see. Undefined there. Undefined. If you're going to put it's no slope, but it's undefined. So, what's the equation? It doesn't cross y. It can't be y equals. X equals -3. It can be y equals, guys. It doesn't touch the y. If it's horizontal, remember it's y equals something. Because the slope is 0. And 0 times x is 0. Okay. On number 5, what'd you get? Good. I'm going to say, and what'd you get on 6? We're going to go back and do that one. But, okay. So let's see what you did. Circle the y's. I don't care how good you are at this. You circle those y's. I'm going to go subtract what? 6 minus 2, 5 minus -3. That's going to equal 4 over, keep, change, 8, which reduces to 1/2. You have to reduce it. You just do. Okay? So on the next one, circle my y's. 6 minus -10, -8 minus 12. So keep, change, 16, keep, change, -20. Guys, when I see 16 and 20, my first thought is, oh, those are multiples of 4, because I know my 4's, but. So you're dividing by 4. There's one negative. So hang on. -4/5. That goes in warm-ups, obviously. I mean, that's a no-brainer, really, but. Okay? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Everybody just look up here real quick. What would I reduce that to? What goes into both of those? So you're thinking you're thinking those are multiples of 9. So 3 over 4. Good job. What about negative 24 over negative 28? Oh, I heard 4. Yay. So 4 goes into both of them. Those are both multiples of 4. So it's going to be what? Positive or negative? Why is it positive? There's 2 negatives, so it's going to be positive, guys. Okay, what about negative 18 over 45? Sean, what you doing, boo-boo? Guys, some of you missed these because you did not reduce the fraction. And cost you 25 points. And guess what I kept telling you? You have to reduce the fraction. You have to reduce the fraction. Okay? And nobody has come in and said, Miss Tony, where's your page 149 that we tore out? You didn't hurry back in. 149. After me standing at the door screaming like a maniac. Don't. Ty walked out of here with it. Willie, you about to, in just a minute, you about to lose 5 points for leaning back in that chair. Okay, on page 149, okay, on page 149, Isaac, you shouldn't have all that paper. We threw all that stuff away. Page 149. Guys, I know some of y'all didn't understand me screaming yesterday about y'all taking off with stuff, but guess what? It happened anyway. I fussed and screamed every period, and guess what? Somebody every period took off with something they didn't need to take off with. Every period. We've been hunting stuff all day. It's a pain. Okay, we couldn't get any clearer. Guess what? No, they didn't listen. They just walked off with it. Okay, look. On page 149, I'm going to go over this with you. Hey, put that up. Quit doing that. No, not put it up. Quit doing what you were doing. And look. Okay, number 1. We're doing this together because there were a couple of hard ones on here. The first 2, if you miss the first 2, I just wave my white flag. You're going to put a decimal, your point there, and I'm going to put a point there. I've got to write the equation, so I'm going to go find the slope. I'm going over, no. What am I going over? 2. Why am I going over 2? It counts by 0.5. And look at the number line down here. It goes from 0 to 2. That's why I like to use the y-intercept point. Because you're starting at 0. 0 to 2 is 2. Then I'm going up. What am I counting by over here? What am I? 20s. So that's going to be 20, 40, 60. 60 over 2 is 30. So everybody together is going to say the equation. Everybody together. Y equals 30x plus 20. Where in the world did you get 40 from? Okay, number 2. Let's pay attention to what we're doing. That's why I stalled, so everybody can get their answer. I'm going to use that point and that point. There's a bunch of points I could use, but I'm going to use the x-intercept and the y-intercept. It's easier for me. I'm going to go back how many?
-2.
No, back from 6 to 0. Y'all, I know, but hey, y'all, pay attention to what I'm doing. I'm going up from 0 to 60. It's 60. So 60 over -6 is -10. I'm giving everybody a chance to get the equation. And everybody is going to say it together. Y equals negative. Yay, I didn't hear everybody, but oh well. Who had those two right? 1, 2, 3. That's not good. Okay. Number 3. We're writing the equation again. So we've got to go get the change in y over the change in x. 35, and that's 100. Okay. Do you know how Miss Kent and I have been crazy people about the changing it to decimals, the slope to decimals? Crazy people. Because we wanted a fraction, and some of y'all changed 2 sevens to 0.1429637 and crazy stuff like that. So what we were doing, it needed to be fractions. But now, since this is a decimal, if you did this and got 7 over 20, yay for you. Woo! I love it. If you change it to 0.35, I'm going to accept it. Well, we're doing it together. So, y equals 7 over 20x, or y equals 0.35x, plus what?
1.5.
Good, y.
Because x is 0, so your y is 0.
There you go. There's your y-intercept. Okay? Everybody got that? Okay, number 4. I'm going to get the slope again. Changing y over changing x. So that does what? -6, and that goes up 10. So the same thing here. I reduced mine to -3/5 because that was easier for me. Okay? If you put -0.6, I'm going to count it right. Well, I would have counted it right. Okay, I've got 2594. I'm going to tell you something. First and second period have really gotten in trouble about not using the calculator. And one day, there's going to be so many not using the calculator, and I'm going to flip a switch, and I'm coming to get everybody's calculator and put it on that wall. And you're not getting it back for a week. And let me tell you something. You don't want me to do that because we are about to do some hard stuff in geometry that you are going to want your calculator for. So, when I ask a question in a minute, if you don't have the answer, you better be hitting that calculator key. I had one whole row not even have the lid off the calculator. It didn't have the problem done. In first and second period. And they were just sitting there looking around the room. No work on their paper, nothing. Guys, I'm going to do -3/5 times 25. So if you don't have that done, if you don't have this problem done, you better be multiplying that. -3/5 times 25. -15. Now, I'm trying to get from -15 to 94. Ooh, I'm 15 below 0. So, Jay, what could they do? Tell them what they could do. Well, yeah, but how can they get that 109? What could they do to get 109? There you go. Get the difference in those two numbers. But look, what I did, that's -15. I got to get to 94. What I did is I said, oh, I'm 15 below 0. I got to get to 94. Ooh, I got to go 15 just to get to 0. And then 94 more. So I just added 15 to 94. Or you can go 94 minus a -15 and you get 109. And then, guys, you can always go test it. You've got that calculator. I don't know. I just don't know. Okay, number 5 was kind of hard, so that's why we're not doing it. But look at number 6. Well, 6 plus 2. But look at 6. It's not as hard. Look at 6. We're skipping 5. I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to find me 2 points. I'm going to pick that one and that one. Now, that point is what? That point right there. What's that point? 40 what?
41.
Good. And that point is
50.
good. Y'all see where they got those numbers? Are you sure, everybody? Okay. So I could get the rate of change right here. In fact, let's do that. That goes up what? 30, and that goes down 10, huh? So 30 over negative 10 is negative 3. So negative 3x negative 3 times 40 is what? Negative 120. And I got to get to 20. So I'm going to have to add a bunch. So what am I going to do? Just don't say it out loud. Oh, just a minute. What am I going to do to get the to get what I add here? I'm at negative 120. I got to add a bunch to get to 20. I'm way below 0. I got to get all the way to 20, above 0. Do what Kristen said to do. 20 minus negative 120. What does that give you? 140. And then negative 3 times 30 plus 140. Does that give you 50? Yes. Okay. Now, here's what you're going to do. Okay. You're not good enough. You're about to finish it. 150 and turn it in. Oh, Need a blue pen. Okay, what we're going to do, let me say on the recorder so I can turn it off. You're going to do page 150, and then you're going to correct, check 7, 8, 9, 10, and 6.4 if it needs to be corrected with a blue pen, and turn it all back in. I don't care if you made 100. I want it all back in that tray when you leave here today.